I'm going to start recording. So today we're going to be talking about social media for the remodeling industry and navigating the new normal. So what's been interesting is, like I said, we've been giving webinars throughout this whole time since the beginning of COVID for the past 2.5 months. And, you know, things have totally changed. I mean, when the virus first hit, we had, you know, we run the social media for more than 40 different clients right now. And we basically had to take everything that we had scheduled, every strategy that we had, and just throw it totally out the window and adjust everything based on what was happening. And then not only that, but every single week, as you guys know, the news was changing, things of course got worse at a certain point. But now, luckily enough, we're at the point where most people are focusing on reopening, and that's kind of like the conversation that's happening. So this webinar specifically is about navigating this new normal, the types of things you can be posting on social media to let your customers know that, you're still open for business, you're taking the necessary safety precautions, and here are all the new ways, actually, because of, virtual consultations and things like that, that you can actually service your customers that you weren't doing before. So that's what we're going to be going over today. And just a little bit about METTER'S. So we've had the company for about 6.5 years now. We have a team of 15, and teaching this webinar is myself. I'm the Lauren Metter, the founder and president, Jackie Martinez, who's our corporate division director, and Kate Berry, who's our senior account manager. So Jackie and Kate work with all of our accounts in the remodeling industry. So they're experts. They've been doing this stuff, every day for the past 2.5 months, adjusting the strategies, creating the content, coming up with some really good ideas, to be honest, that we're going to give to you guys for types of things that you could be posting about. So we're really excited to share some of that with you today. And this is just an example of some of the clients that we work with. I made sure to include the remodeling industry on this so you guys could get an idea. We work with Designer Bath. We absolutely love working with Designer Bath. I think BZ might be tuning in right now. So hi, BZ, if you're in the audience. And a couple of the examples that we're going to go over are things that we've done for Designer Bath that we've thought have worked really well. They've done a lot of really cool things during this time, especially with their owner, Jason, like giving, personal, authentic types of messages throughout this entire thing, which I think really resonated with their audience. We also work with Tile Showcase, Oak Hill Architects. So those are kind of the main three that are relevant. We've worked with Dave Supple over at New England Design and Construction on his design build movement social media. So we are very familiar with the industry. Like I said, we're NARI members. And, we're always available. If you guys do have questions during the presentation too, feel free to chat us and like interrupt us, please. Like the more engagement, the better. And we will answer your question in real time. And then of course, these are some of our other clients. We do work with a lot of luxury real estate, luxury residences, all those apartment buildings that you see all over the city of Boston. We work with around 10 of those. We do work with a lot of real estate and mixed use developments. And then of course, we have a big insurance division. We work with tech, biotech companies. Microsoft is one of our clients. So the thing that I think that is interesting about this is we've seen how to deal with the new normal from all different angles, like from all different industries, all different types of clients. And it's kind of given us a broader perspective on the best practices for social media. Okay, so we're gonna kick it off with some Instagram stories, very fun. You could, if you guys have ever done the thing in Zoom where you raise your hand, you could raise your hand if you've done Instagram stories before, and we could kind of take an interactive poll if you guys want to. But I think this screenshot here, this is the METTER'S team out and about, and we capture pretty much everything now we do on Instagram stories. So, whether we're at Microsoft or doing a food photo shoot or a pitch meeting or, a lunch and learn at Designer Bath, bottom left, we're always posting these things on Instagram stories. So Instagram stories are really important right now because you'll see that they get actually a lot more views than your actual Instagram post that you're putting on the feed. And it's a really good opportunity for behind the scenes content. And this is what people want right now. Even if things look different, even if, you know, like the Mentor Media team, we've been working from home this whole time. Just showing that kind of like authentic selfie view of like, you know, we're all in this together. This is what it looks like now for our business. People love that. They feel a connection to your business when you do things like that. So we have this fun exercise. Oh, wait, no. First, Kate's going to go through some feeds we manage. Sorry.
All right. Yeah. So here are some of the feeds that we manage. So Designer Bath, like we mentioned, Tile Showcase, and Oak Hill Architects. And again, like Lauren mentioned, I personally work on all of these. We put a big focus on feed aesthetic. We want to make sure everything on the feed is cohesive, branded, and the voice comes across from that particular business.
Oops, sorry.
You're fine. All right, and then exploring some of the feeds that we manage. So again, the 3 luxury home clients, we like to focus on different creative ways to show really interesting content. For example, this top post here is Designer Bath Showroom Favorites, which you might be familiar with. So what they do is every month they have a local interior designer, architect, someone in the industry, go into the showroom and pick 5 of their favorite pieces. And what we do is we put that together in an email on the blog, and then we put it on social media as well. So we pulled together some really great quotes from the blogger, the feature, and we put that on social media. People are able to head to the blog from the post, so it's a great way to drive traffic to the blog as well. And then below that, we have a interior designer spotlight from Tile Showcase. And again, I have an interview with the interior designer that they work with. We talk about their story, how they got started in interior design, what they love about their job. And then we end with why they love Tile Showcase, why they love working with them. So in the end, we get a testimonial out of them, and we can use that content on the feed. And then most importantly too is just the storytelling piece of this. We're able to get these quotes about how these industry professionals got into the business, and why they love working with Tile Showcase or whatever your business may be.
And then these people tend to have a ton of followers on Instagram too, because they're, you know, design influencers. So when we post things like this, if they reshare, it gets your business in front of all of these interior design people that follow them. So a lot of people that are doing like home renovations or home DIY things at this time, which is a lot of people. So it's actually like a really good opportunity. If you get the influencer to reshare it, then a lot of those people could see your post. So it kind of like works like that too. But yeah, so definitely follow those clients if you want to get an idea of our work for them. So before we dive in, we wanted to quick go over an interactive exercise with you guys where we can create an Instagram story, and we just wanted to show you guys how to do it. So if everyone has their phone on them, if you could just take that out. We can't see you, just so you know. You can only see us, but we have the phones out too. We're going to do it along with you. So basically to create an Instagram story, you just open up your Instagram account, and you can do this from your personal account too. And you should be doing this pretty much every time NARI has a virtual event, or once we can finally do the events in person. You should definitely be sharing on the stories from your business, because then you can tag NARI and they can reshare. So basically when you open up Instagram, if you click the camera in the top left-hand corner, that opens up your story. And then you should be able to, you know, just see right out and see what you're looking at, which is probably a computer screen somewhere in a home workspace. Or maybe in the office, if you're in the office. So then what you can do is you can press the circle at the bottom of the Instagram story and hold it down to create a video. Or what you can do is you can slide left and right around the circle, and you can use some of those filters if you want to put a filter on something. What I like to do is if you open up the Instagram story and underneath the circle on your phone, there's actually, you'll see words, like it says normal, and you see that it's highlighted. So if you hold your finger down and swipe left, you can get to the boomerang. And then you basically take it like a normal video, but it's going to show up as like a boomerang of someone talking. So we would just like if everyone could take a moment, and I can pretend to be talking and we can kind of be like giving the presentation. If you guys want to take a video or a boomerang or just a picture of what's happening, then we're going to show you how to use the stickers and the geotags and everything and post about this. So we'll just give you a moment to do it. I'm going to do it too.
Me too.
Okay. Well, actually, I'm going to just pretend to be talking. So yeah, this is the Instagram stories. So Instagram stories are, like I said, really important because you're going to get more views than you would get on the regular story. So sometimes like we post from Designer Bath's Instagram feed, we may only get, 60 likes, but from their Instagram story, we can get 200 plus views or something like that. The biggest, most important thing to do with the Instagram story is to make sure you use these stickers. So if everybody has their picture and their boomerang now, we're going to quick go through how you add the pictures. So let me just quick take my picture here. There we go. Nice. Okay, so I have my picture on my phone, and now if you go to the top of your phone where there's the little smiley face with the stars, right to the right of that, there's the square with the smiley face. It looks kind of like a page. If you click that and open it up, then you have like all the different stickers. This never works with Zoom. All this sticker screen that we have on the screen right here.
Mm-hmm.
So the most important stickers are the first one's the location, which is the geotag. So Instagram is automatically going to see where you are, and it's going to suggest a location. The reason why you should always put a location on an Instagram story from your business is because say your business is in Watertown and you use the geotag for Designer Bath from the Watertown showroom. When people are looking at the Instagram stories, show up at the top of people's Instagram feeds, so they go around the Instagram algorithm. And then there are location collections basically of Instagram stories. So there's like a Watertown Instagram story collection. So people in Watertown have a chance of seeing your business that may never have seen your business before. So you should always be using the location tag because you have the opportunity to reach new people that don't know you. There's also there's also polls in the Instagram story. If you see the poll sticker, it's right in the middle there under the GIF sticker. So this is really good for the remodeling industry. If you have say you have two different like design styles of projects that your business has created, you could put them side by side in the Instagram story. You could have people vote on their favorite design style. People love doing stuff like that. So the poll is a really good one. But today what we're going to do is we're going to add the location. So I'm going to add location. I'm just going to say Boston. And then I'm going to go to the sticker and I'm going to go to the GIF one, the one that's moving. And you should be able to see all different moving GIFs that you can add to your story. And you can actually search Jiffy. It's connected to Jiffy. So you could say something like, I don't know, let's type in remodeling and see what comes up. Maybe I'll type in bathtub. There we go. It's better. So you can put a little GIF on there. I added this pug in a bathtub. I don't know if you guys can see it. And then the next thing that we want you to do is if you just start typing, like if you go to the top and you see where it's like the 2 A's, you click that. And if you type the @, anything after that would be an Instagram handle. So we want you to try tagging NARI and tagging METTER'S in your Instagram story because then we can both reshare you to our stories. So if you just type those in, and then as you're typing, after you do the @ you type in NARI, they should pop up across the bottom, then you can click it. And you know that you're tagging the person because it will be underlined. You can see on the slide here, see how NARI is underlined. So we're just gonna ask that you tag NARI and tag METTER'S. And you can also type something with the text tool and be like, about to take this great social media webinar with METTER'S and NARI, or post like a little caption. Does anyone have any questions? I see like there's some notification in the
Oh,
morning.
can you repeat how to tag? We have a question.
Okay, I'm just gonna, is there a way that someone could turn off their virtual background and like show their phone? Like one of you, because I'm sharing the presentation, so I can't.
Oh yeah, let me see.
But basically, the basic gist of it is you go to the text tool in the top right-hand corner, that's like the 2 A's, click it, and then you start typing the @ sign like it has on this presentation, at @EM_NARI, and then it should have EM NARI's profile should pop up along the bottom of your Instagram, and then you can click it.
Yep. So this is what it looks like. And if I want to tag, I click this @mention. And then I'm going to type in Metter Media. Then it starts popping up on the bottom and select that. And voila.
So there's 2 ways you can do it. You can do it that way, which is the sticker, or you can do it with just the text way. Do you want to show them just the text way?
Yep. So then the text way, you click the text button at the top. Then you just start typing @sign. Then I'm going to look for Metter Media. So type in METT, and then it comes up on the bottom. And then you click it, and then you can click done or continue writing your sentence.
For the person that asked the question, did that answer it?
Let's see. Where are the GIFs again? So the GIFs are, see this little smiley face in the circle? This little smiley face up here, click that.
It's the one that's, it's kind of in a square, like it looks like a page turn.
Another tip that I do too is you could just swipe it up and then they pop up. So you could do it that way. And then inside the search bar, you could just start typing in anything you want. Like I'll type in excited. And then here are all the GIFs I can use.
And I think someone asked, does this only work for iPhone? It should work on any phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So here's my Instagram story. I got some text, talking social media with NARI today with Have You Met Her and Kate Berry. Then I tagged Metter Media. Have this cute little GIF clapping.
Nice, that looks great. Do we have more questions here?
Who do I send it to? Your story? Yep. Then you click at the bottom, send to. And then you'll click your story. So to delete a GIF, that's a question right here. So say I don't want this anymore. I drag it to the bottom and add it to the trash can. I'm gonna just tag Metter Media and then I'm gonna post this.
Any other questions? Oh, can you please repeat how to find Metter Media? Yes. So if you do the tag thing again, so where when you do that, you type in the @ sign and then you just type in Metter Media, no spaces, like Jackie's doing.
Yep, so type @ and then Metter Media, type it in, M-E, no spaces. And then it should pop up at the bottom, or if it doesn't pop up at the bottom, you just keep typing Metter Media. Then you just click the icon and then it's all set.
Oh, I see Kitchen Visions here. Nice. That one looks good. I like how you did the colors too, the different colors. That looks great. Let's see, who else do we have? Dakota with Divine. Nice, this looks good. And look, you did Divine Stoneworks. The geotag is perfect here. This is great. Oops.
Let's see.
And then Jen, we see yours here. This is really cute. We're resharing all of them. Nice. There's someone named Jackie Martinez. All right. Does anyone have any other questions on the stories before we move on? Anything? Okay. We just wanted to include a little interactive thing. So if you guys have any questions afterwards, feel free to just stay on and ask us, or even email us. And we also are offering like free consultations. We can answer any questions you have.
Oh, there's one question, and we're going to be addressing this the whole presentation, but what's your recommendation on posting about COVID or Black Lives Matter?
So that's a good question. So for the Black Lives Matter stuff, we've definitely been dealing with this for the past couple of days. So basically on yesterday was Monday. Wait, no. Is today Wednesday?
Wednesday, yes.
Sorry, this week's been a whirlwind. So basically we recommended that people go silent at either just Monday and Tuesday or through the week, because basically whenever there's a big social media movement, like for example, hashtag Black Lives Matter, hashtag Blackout Tuesday, if you just post from your business as normal, it's just going to come off as tone deaf. Like for example, like all of the ads we had running for our clients, like all of the posts we were going to post, it's like, hey, check out our business. We paused all of those. So we would recommend at least pausing, for a couple days or for the whole week. And then the other thing is, if you do feel strongly, you basically have to think about the values of your business and, how you feel about this situation. And if you do feel very strongly about this situation, you should absolutely post a personal message about, how you're feeling. Even if, you're confused or, saddened or, just like totally, just like upset about the situation. People love authentic messages. They love long captions from the owners of businesses. So if you want to post something, I think absolutely sharing personal messages right now would be great. Any other questions?
Let's see. How do you delete? We received the questions. So to delete your story, if you don't want it anymore.
Catherine, such a nice picture.
What?
So Catherine, just so you know, you DM'd us. You basically DM'd METTER this video instead of posting to your story. So I think it's because when you went to click share, you like sent it directly to us, but it looks really good. It's really pretty. Oh, and here we have New England Design and Construction too. Nice.
Nice. To delete a story, if you want to see your story, you go to your profile, click the circle so your story pops up. Then at the bottom, you'll see 3 little dots, and you click those, and then the first one says delete. And that's how you delete that. Any other questions? Let's see.
And as far as posting about COVID, that's what the whole presentation is about. So once we get into it, we'll answer that. Any other questions? No? All right, let's keep going.
All right. So right now, as we've been talking, obviously social media usage is at an all-time high right now. It's an unbelievably strong marketing tool and a resource, especially during this time. And a really interesting stat here on the right, Facebook and Instagram have seen a 40% increase in usage due to COVID-19, with views for Instagram Live and Facebook Live doubling in 1 week. So that's really amazing. And so what that means is your followers are online more than ever right now. And it's really bringing people together when we can't physically be together. And you really can't afford to stop marketing or selling, and that includes posting on social media. And the worst thing you could do right now is just to go dead online. So now more than ever, it is vital to connect with current and potential clients to share important updates, messages of positivity, and health and wellness updates as well. So staying connected is now more important than ever, with people and businesses relying on social media to stay in touch with friends, consume the news, and be entertained.
And of course, like we were just talking about with the Black Lives Matter thing, if you want to pause for a couple of days, this presentation was created like before that. So we would recommend pausing for a couple of days for that, if not the whole week. Just, you know, okay.
But this is definitely relevant too. It's just people need positive content at this time. Across all social media, positive conversation volume has increased by 1,001% when compared to February. So in turn, engagements per message grew by 7%, indicating that people were more involved and active in the conversation online. So it's really important right now to be proactive about creating and sharing moments of happiness. These posts give your followers a much needed break from the news. And again, just to reiterate what Lauren said too, just to be hypersensitive during this time, and really think deeply about how your content will be perceived online. So what we'll cover today, how to best communicate and promote your reopening plan to gain the most business, focusing on making customers feel safe when they come into your showroom or into your business, how to use social media to produce and host virtual events and live programming, since so many people are interacting with things like that now, and how to use paid social media to encourage sales and appointments. And then lastly, what types of posts will garner the most engagement and awareness. We'll be sharing the latest trends, inspo for content, and more.
All right, so first up, we're going to chat about connecting with your clients on social media. So of course, as the pandemic continues to evolve, a lot of people right now are scared, nervous, hesitant to kind of be out in public. And with social media, you really have the opportunity to create your own campaign that people will feel safe and secure with your business. And of course, as the news is changing daily, people are turning to social media for live updates, and they're more likely to visit a business's social media channel over their website. And because we know this, your reopening plan should be highlighted on all your social media channels. So some recommendations that we have for this is to pin the latest update to the top of your Facebook and LinkedIn page, update your cover photos, and create an Instagram highlight outlining your new plan. So you really just want this information to be readily available for anyone that comes to your social page. For example, on this slide right here, we have your hashtag Safe With Us. That's a campaign we created for Tile Showcase. This is an example of their Facebook header. So right when anybody goes to their Facebook, this is the first message that they see. So some questions to address when you're crafting these posts. Do people need an appointment to come visit you? Will everyone be required to wear a mask? Do you have designated waiting spots 6 feet apart? Are you offering virtual appointments and curbside pickup? And like I said, the campaign is really important. So don't just post about this once, keep it part of your regular content. So you can really have your customers feeling safe, secure, they'll have the information readily available. And by creating a campaign, definitely important to get creative with how you're going to relay this message to your customers and clients. So as I mentioned, the Instagram highlight is a great option. Your Instagram highlights are those buttons right at the top of your page on Instagram. And you could create one directly for COVID-19. We call it Contact Us, COVID-19 Updates. But this is an example that we created. Lauren, do you want us to click the button?
Oh yeah.
The link right here?
I don't know if this is gonna work though, because I'm actually just showing the keynote.
Oh, that's okay. We can venture this one later, but if you click it, it goes through the 3 ways that they're taking safety precautions at the showroom, which is really great.
Oh, you know what you could do? Maybe Kate, if you want to do this, if you copy or no, you know, if you have the presentation and copy this link to the highlight and paste in the chat, then everyone could see it. That'd be good.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. This is also a really great example from the skim. It's really creative. They used emojis to show old office life versus new office life. So it's super visual. You easily get the information from looking at it. We also loved this one from NARI. Here's what we're doing to keep you safe. It's a branded image with just graphics and some text that slides through all the safety precautions that that person's taking.
Okay, so Kate's gonna share the highlight in the chat if you guys want to take a look.
Oh, this is a great question. How do you post a highlight? So what we did is we just created our Instagram story. And if I wanted to add that to my highlight, what I would do is when you view your Instagram story, you'll see on the bottom a little heart that says highlight. And if you select that, that's how you can create your highlight.
All right.
So along with sharing the facts and the information about what you're doing for safety precautions, it's super important, as Lauren mentioned earlier, to share personal and authentic messages. And these can come directly from an owner or someone on your staff. But right now, people really want to see authenticity. They want to hear from business owners about how they're faring during this time. And they really want shared experiences and honest stories. And these can be told through videos or captions or quotes. Of course, the videos really gives a nice personal touch because it's someone directly talking to you. And I know a lot of people kind of get a little hesitant when they hear videos, but there's no need that this needs to be a full production. You can do it directly on your phone as a selfie and upload that. And it's a really nice touch to have a personal message that's coming straight from the heart. We had Jason from Designer Bath did a message during this whole pandemic. He's been doing pretty regularly messages and they're performing exceptionally well. And it's just great that he can have that opportunity to connect with their clients on social media.
Mm-hmm. One thing that I think would be interesting to share is a local pool hall that we still work with at Metter Media. You know, the owner posted an authentic message like this today, I think, and he was like, I know there's a lot going on in the world right now, and maybe your local pool hall promoting itself isn't the message you want to hear, but we all need to feed our families and we want to feed the Flat Top Johnny's family as well. So we're open today through Saturday. You know, come in for some food or just stop by and give us a wave and a smile. We promise to return it. So I really liked that message because it kind of like acknowledges what's happening in the world right now, but then it says, you know, like, we still have to be open and we would love to see you. And it kind of has that, like what Kate was sharing, that people just want the positivity right now. And like Jackie is saying right now, people want the authentic messages like from the owners of businesses. So if you want to just do something like that, I think it's really effective.
Definitely. And of course, when you're creating these, here are some examples of some empathetic language to use. We get it. We know you and your business are going through a lot right now. We're here for you. The safety of our staff and clients are a top priority. We are still providing the same level of customer service. This is going to pass and things will be different, but we will get through this together. Let's be thankful for the little things. So messages like this really, again, add that personal touch, and you don't want to be tone deaf to the situation. So really having empathy for people who are going through a lot right now. What are some ways you can make clients feel safe? So we want to hear from you guys. Do you have any suggestions or has anything been working exceptionally well for you? Any ideas? Just add it to the chat. Oh, someone found bathtub gifts.
Oh, great.
Amazing.
Well, I think we can talk about some of the things that we've been doing. I mean, I think the tile showcase Instagram highlight was a really good example. It's like all the safety precautions that they're taking for their customers. And the highlights, like we said, live at the top of the Instagram feed. So it's almost like a website that exists on your Instagram. So it's kind of like the first thing people see. And then we've also seen businesses posting pictures of people at work with masks on and gloves on to like show like, hi, we're at work, but we're taking the necessary safety precautions to make people feel safe. So those are two ideas.
Yeah.
And then also, I mean, if you are still doing, you know, virtual tours, virtual appointments, still offering that to people in case they aren't comfortable yet, you know, going in person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like virtual, I've seen people doing like a virtual model of what we're going to make your kitchen look like, for example. And you can do it all over just digitally.
Oh, Susie says, showing precautions we're taking at our sites, super important. Ryan just shared that they donated a temporary shower to a client that works at Mass General. Oh, that's amazing.
That's a great idea.
As a sanitation, I can't talk. To lower the risk of infecting her in her home. That's awesome.
That's a really good idea. That it just reminded me, if your business is like giving back in any way, or even supporting local businesses, like say you buy lunch for everybody on the site and you get it from like a local restaurant, take pictures of everybody with like, you know, the food and be like, happy to support this local restaurant from our business. And, you know, that type of thing goes a long way because it's showing your support.
Mm-hmm.
All right, social media is bringing us together virtually. This is what we were talking about. So during unprecedented times, you know, there's actually becomes new ways to come together that never existed before. So, and people are using social media in new ways to come together, to stay connected, and to share helpful advice. So within 1 week after COVID-19 started, Instagram Live and Facebook Live usage actually doubled. So if you guys have noticed, like when you log into Instagram, specifically like in weeks before, like during COVID, you know, before COVID, there would be like no one going live on Instagram, but during the COVID, you would notice that like 10 to 50 people were going live. And it's because, you know, people were in shelter in place. A lot more people are staying home. A lot more people are using it, social media now. So these platforms are the ones that you want to get on. And the other thing that's good is going live on Instagram and Facebook is very simple. And when you do go live, all of the people that like your Facebook page and all of the people that follow you on Instagram get notified. So it would say like Designer Bath just went live on Facebook to every single person that follows you. And as you guys know, this is huge because with algorithms and such on Facebook, like when you're posting your regular content, you know, only like 3 to 5% of the people that like your page are seeing that content because of the algorithm. But when you go live, everyone gets notified. So, and then also live videos on Facebook and Instagram can be viewed by anyone. So it's a really good way to reach new audiences and to expand your reach. So let's see. So hosting your events virtually, I love this slide because I think this is a great idea that we did with Designer Bath. And I think other businesses should try stuff like this. So you could consider like curating a panel or some sort of virtual event where you discuss a topic in the industry. And you should have like an active chat moderator during your live broadcast that can, you know, kind of play that role of fostering conversations and interaction. So basically what that means in a nutshell is if no one comments, you plant someone and you can plant like a bunch of people from your company to ask the questions that you want to answer during the panel, so you can make sure those are answered. And I mean, so we did this amazing event with Designer Bath and North Shore Magazine and a couple Tile by Design, Landry and Akari and Kumar Marble and Granite, where we hosted it on North Shore Mag's Facebook page because they had 17,000 likes on Facebook and they're kind of like a local micro influencer on the North Shore. So if you can get creative and think of organizations, you know, there's all sorts of them, like whether it's like a magazine that has a big Facebook presence and it's like very local, very niche, or, you know, maybe it's, I don't know, just think of like an influencer locally that you could partner with to get in front of like your target demographic and host a panel with them. And you could do it all virtually now through Zoom, something like we're doing right now. You could even do what we recommended these people doing is change your background to something related to your business. So you can see that you could use a project photo. Designer Bath used a picture of their showroom. The granite company used like a really cool picture of marble as the Zoom background. So that's another cool idea. And then the other thing I wanted to add to this before we go through the bullets is, as Kate was talking about how we work with influencers in interior design, I think this is a really good opportunity to do more of that sort of thing, because the people that follow these local interior designers could be potential clients. Like these are people that are like, if I'm going to remodel my house, I'm going to follow some like local influencers in the interior design space, right? So this is like ripe for the picking as far as clients. So say you think of like a local interior design influencer that maybe you wouldn't have been able to partner with before for whatever reason. Now that everything's virtual, you can get like 3 or 4 of them to be on a panel of some sort. And then if they share to their social media and they broadcast the fact that they're doing this event with you, then you're getting in front of all of their followers too. So it could be something to brainstorm with the staff, like what kind of virtual event could you do? It could be even like about, how have contractors been affected? What's our reopening strategy? What's your reopening strategy look like? How are you making sure people are safe? And just have like a panel about something like that. The second idea that we have is have employees at your company do live takeovers on Instagram, like how we showed how to make an Instagram story. If you hand over the keys to Instagram, or if you don't feel comfortable with that, you can just tell them to send you like selfie videos and boomerangs and things like that. But you could show a day in the life of someone that works for you and how they're adjusting to the new normal. And that is, again, kind of that authentic behind the scenes feel of like, hey, we're taking the necessary precautions to be safe at this time, and this is what it looks like. You could have employees do home DIY projects to inspire people to like work with you. And, you could be like, hey, look at this cool DIY TV stand that you can do, and things like that. Or even discuss the reopening plan for your business. You can answer questions on air with these sorts of things as they come live to the audience. And you can also do live polling, which is really cool. So like while you're going live on social media, you can ask the audience like multiple choice questions and things like that to make it a little bit more interactive. And then the last thing on here is pro tip. I mean, if you wanted to invite like a really notable guest, maybe from like an interior designer from like New York, or someone from like another country or from far away, now that everything's virtual, at least for the foreseeable future, you can host an event just like this, where it's like a panel of a bunch of interior designers from all over the place, and it's so much easier to do. They don't have to fly in, you don't have to pay them, you don't have to pay for the space. So the possibilities are really endless with this, which I think is cool.
Before we move on, we had one question about going live.
Okay.
Question is, are there any other platforms you like besides Zoom? Instagram Live, Facebook Live. So for Zoom, for Facebook Live, I like using Zoom because you can have as many people as you want on a panel, which is great, and it's super easy to integrate it to Facebook Live. Instagram Live, I don't know if there are any platforms that you can sync in with it, but on Instagram Live, it's great that if I wanted to go live and Lauren wanted to join me, she can easily connect it. So on Instagram Live right now, you can have 2 people participate. And then for the Facebook Live, I recommend using Zoom if you want to host a panel with multiple people.
So just FYI, guys, we only have 10 minutes left, so we should just breeze through this, I guess.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Getting your content in front of your audience. So why use social media advertising? I think someone in the chat, it's buried in there somewhere, asked about this, so this should answer some questions for you. So first, detailed targeting. Paid social media lets you control who sees your content. The targeting capabilities are truly incredible. You can be very, very specific with demographics, location, interests. You can really nail down your audience and make sure they are the ones who are seeing your ads. Also objectives. So Facebook and Instagram have the ability to optimize your content based on whatever your objective is. So whether it's increasing sales, driving traffic to a web page, generating more engagement, whatever it is, Facebook has the tools to help you reach that goal. And then lastly here, cost is super, super important. So it's really cost effective. It's very, very cheap, and you really can't beat it compared to traditional advertising. And we did have this question: what do you think the average cost per click for Facebook ads across all industries is? You can put your guess into the chat.
All right, we have one guess, $3.50. The lowest, 14 cents.
Okay.
All right. 10 cents. $2. All right, Kate, ready to reveal it?
Let's do it. All right, and the answer is $1.72.
So a little low, a little high. It's kind of right in the middle there. Still cheap though.
Yeah, I was gonna mention this is still very cheap.
Oh, okay, this is the same slide. Yes, I don't know if it says this on here, but social media is actually one of the most cost-effective forms of advertising. So like if you do Google AdWords or, you know, you guys have all bought spots in a local magazine. Social media is like way cheaper. You can reach a ton of people, highly targeted audience for a lot less money.
And then someone did say in the chat to do advertising in the ads manager, not boosting posts. And I think they are like different in that if you're boosting posts, you want to make sure you have audiences set so you know exactly who you're boosting to and not just blindly boosting, because blindly boosting really doesn't do anything. So just making sure you have those audiences set so when you do boost a post, it goes out to them specifically. That's when boosting works, and it's a post that's already on your feed. And then ads manager is good for those dark ads. So ads that will pop up in people's feeds as sponsored, but it won't show up on your own feed as a post.
Yeah. And another great thing about the business ads manager is that you can really select an objective. So if you want to focus on video views, landing page views, conversions, so you get a lot more options when you use the ads manager.
Yeah, exactly. So what makes a good ad? So first, high quality, relevant, eye-catching images and videos. So you want to make sure people stop scrolling when they are scrolling on their feeds. And once you do get their attention, you want to be sure that your description is very short of what you're offering or whatever your proposition is. You don't want to leave them confused or expect them to read on and on about an offer. And then lastly, having one singular call to action and not trying to do too much in one ad. Be very direct. And this is really important. How to create a social media content strategy. And this is very, very exciting. This is pretty much the core of creating any sort of social media strategy. We call it the content pillars, all about balance. So first at the top, owners and staff. So this is really important. This is the people who are working behind the scenes at your business. These are who your customers are interacting with. And people, we've noticed people love seeing other people on the feed. It gives some personality behind your brand. So this is one piece that is very important to include in your content. The next is industry community. So here, Designer Bath does a lot, as we all know, in the design community in this industry. They have a lot of events. So what we do is we post recaps of any of their events that they've had. you know, when we tag people that may have hosted them with us. And people love, you know, seeing those events on social. And it's just a really tight community, so it makes it really fun. And then next, designers, partners. So again, we mentioned this before, showing designers on the feed. These are people, you know, Designer Bath works with. So kind of sharing their story on the feed, maybe even testimonials here too, why they love working with your company, and so on. And vendors, partners, that's another one that does kind of tie in with designers, partners. So these again are people that, companies that Designer Bath works with. So for instance, we have Graph. We interviewed a Graph rep and we put some quotes on the feed and kind of told a story again about, you know, the company and working with Designer Bath. So these 4 pieces, it's really important here, are not salesy. They're very much like storytelling and not pushing sales directly. And then that's where we get this last piece. The 5th piece is product sales. So this is where you can really start pushing your products and what you're selling. For example, here, Designer Bath, we had single handle faucets. We did a product comparison video, kind of showing off what products they have available. So again, having all of these together, it's really about balance. And on the next slide, we'll tell you how much to post of these.
Yeah, and for what it's worth, I just got word from Dawn that we can go over a little bit, so we can just like finish it like normal. And I just wanted to add that, and I think this is on the next slide, I think we have an exercise, but like this isn't just like for Designer Bath, this content pillar exercise where you create the balance and it's like 4 to 1, like 1 is sales and 4 is like the stories of your business, like your mission and values and everything, and like the people you partner with. That's kind of like the recipe for a good social media strategy for any business. Like we use this for all of our clients, so it applies to everyone.
Exactly.
There it is.
And then this 4 to 1 gets it done. So this is a great ratio to follow with using the content pillars. So for every 4 posts about community, partners, industry, do 1 more sales focused post about your business. And then this way your feed and the content you're putting out isn't oversaturated with only salesy posts, because people really won't enjoy that. You do want to put out, you know, helpful, interesting content. And this is a good way to balance that out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, a big reason people want to work with you is because of, you know, the story of your business and your business's values. Like I know a lot of people we work with in this industry are like 3rd or 4th generation family-owned businesses, and I want to support businesses like that, and other people do too. So telling those stories is really important.
Mm-hmm. So moving on to what content will garner the most engagement.
Oh, do we have an exercise where people write down their pillars or no?
I don't think so.
Okay, so basically what we would recommend is, you know, like after this class, you could kind of make this chart for your business and just write it out. Like just, you know, have like the owners, like what makes your business special, the sales, and then just always keep it in mind when you're with your social media, and keep in mind that like 4 to 1 thing with your content pillars.
Oh, before we move on to content, we do have a question. We've talked mostly about Instagram and Facebook. How do you feel about LinkedIn? Kate, do you want to answer this one?
Yeah, so I think it's definitely on who your audience is and who you're trying to target. I would say LinkedIn is a very, how would you say, like business to business type platform. We do have like a client whose target is a lot of like human resources in the human resources industry, and for them, it works really well. So I think it would depend like on who your target audience is and where they are online.
Yeah, it's a big B2B thing. We did at one point, I think it was for NARI. I think we like did some research, and a lot of like the more build like contractors, construction companies aren't using LinkedIn as much. So it wouldn't make sense to do like a LinkedIn ad to target like that industry. But then when it comes to like, I don't know, if you were like doing construction or projects for like an apartment complex or like a hotel, or like if it's more of like a B2B type of thing and you're trying to target those people, then it would make sense.
Mhm. All right, great. So we can move on to the content that will garner the most engagement. Especially if you have a team that services clients on a normal basis, definitely use this opportunity to feature them on your feed. Trust us, people really love seeing people come up in their feeds. So some ideas and inspo that we have here to highlight the team is, I love this one from Everlane. They did a series called Slack a Stylist. And a stylist grabbed all of the most common questions that they received over Slack, and you could do this over Instagram or direct message, have people submit questions, and then do a series with someone on your team answering them. So I loved how they did this. It was super creative and really engaging to get people to ask questions and get someone's face on the feed, and they can have their own spin on it. The next one I loved, it's a great way to update your staff spotlight. Especially now people want, you know, that connection. And with this series, you could do, introduce everyone on your team, have them share what they've been doing during quarantine. If they have a favorite recipe, what they've been doing with their family. Also a great way to have a personal connection. We also love this idea. As we talked about, it's super important to have a new safety campaign in place. Just having people on your team with masks on, kind of showing how normal it is and how safe your company is, I think really will make a big difference. So definitely recommend doing something like this when possible.
Mm-hmm. I just like was thinking back to the LinkedIn question, and I feel like the right answer is like, if you think about it, commercial construction, I guess, would be more of like a LinkedIn kind of thing. But if you're trying to reach homeowners and you do more of that type of thing, Facebook and Instagram are where the like more homeowners are. It's more of like a B2C type of, those are B2C platforms, and LinkedIn's like B2B.
Mm-hmm. LinkedIn is also really great too if you want to share industry news and announcements. So it's just a great way to also connect with different colleagues and different peers in the field.
Mm-hmm. And then one quick thing about this middle image with the yellow thing, like Jackie was saying, it's cool to like get people to feel that personal connection with your staff and be like, here's what this person's cooking, here's blah, blah, blah. But like, you could also make it spin towards the remodeling industry and be like, here's this person's DIY home project, or here's this person's like design tip, or this is this person's favorite, you know, bathtub or shower, you know, so you can kind of spin it to be industry specific. Okay, is this me? Yeah.
Yep.
So spotlighting projects and products. So this is something we've talked about a lot, but basically the point of this is like with your captions, you want to make sure to be sensitive to the current climate and use copy that's relatable. So instead of just being like, sell, 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 remodel your kitchen now, you can say something like, spruce up your work from home space with some gorgeous tile, you know, because everyone's working from home. So it's kind of like tying in that angle. This next caption from Kumar Marble and Granite, we really like too. I could really use this setup right now. The color would brighten any gloomy quarantine day, and even more with a good glass of wine. So we liked it. It's very positive. It's really cute. And it's kind of like tying into this shared experience that we're all kind of going through right now. So these captions are great. And then get creative to show off your projects and engage your audience. So this is something you guys might have seen during the COVID in the past like 3 or so weeks. This whole pick your quarantine house meme that's been going around. It's kind of gone viral, and you can, you know, use it in all different ways. So the way we used it for Designer Bath is we picked like a bunch of our vendors and people we work with these different products. We were like, which one of these bathrooms would you prefer? So not only were we tagging our partners, which is kind of like what Kate was saying with that bubble chart, you know, like giving the shout out to all of these different partners in one single post, but it also was a really interactive post because we were asking people to comment which bathroom they liked. And so many people commented. They were like, ooh, I love bathroom number 1. Ooh, I love bathroom number 2. So you can get really creative with this. You could do it with projects that you've done. You could do it with like, which project do you think do you like the best? Or You could do it with interior design styles, like which style of this kitchen like looks the best for you? Which style of this work from home space do you like the best? And have people comment and pick.
Oh, we have a question. Is this done as a slideshow?
So this is done as a slider on Instagram. Yeah, so not a slideshow video, but it's like, that's another way to get engagement when you create those sliders, because it makes people take more actions. The more actions that people take on the Instagram post, the higher it goes in the algorithm too.
Mm-hmm. The slider is also really great for those before and after photos.
Oh yeah, people love that. That's a really good point, Jackie, because like at one point we were doing, I think, before and after videos where it would be like the after would like fade into the before, and no one had time for that. Everyone was just like, it didn't get as much engagement. But when we switched it to the slider, people could just like slide back and forth, and it actually got the post like more and more engagement.
All right. And next, so showing your community some love. So right now you have this unique opportunity to help people and lift other people up, whether it be, you know, people working on the front lines or just other small local businesses. So this first image here, I really love from FedEx, and it's super simple and easy to do, but still very powerful. You know, if you don't want to have a graphic made, you can just take a super simple photo. You could use like maybe have one of your staff members' kids hold up a sign or something they've done or created for in support of healthcare workers. And again, on the other side here, on the right side, Red posted this, and it's a graphic that says clap for healthcare workers. So again, just showing your support for people that are working on the front lines and showing that you're supporting the community in this way. And then lastly,
Sorry.
That middle one, I really love. It's how to love and support small businesses for free. Because as we know, a lot of people have lost their jobs and are suffering from unemployment right now. So they can't monetarily support the businesses as much as they would want to. So this is a really great way to show how you can support small businesses for free without spending any money, just by interacting with them online and showing them some love online. So I really love that one.
Mm-hmm. And last but not least, definitely have fun on social media. Hop on social media trends, and it's super easy to tie them back into the design industry. So we have some ideas for you to do this. The first one, I'm sure you've all seen these memes where it's a group of people and they have little labels on them. So this can definitely be done for the remodeling industry, that it could be like the home DIYer, the interior designer, the expert, or it can be interior design style. So it could be like contemporary, modern, but just something fun to consider to add into your feed. People love these. Next, the engagement. People love doing the would you rather, like Lauren was saying, with the pick your quarantine bathroom. People love interacting with content of, if you would just simply ask them a question. You can even do this in the Instagram story of this or that. Would you rather? What's your favorite bathroom or kitchen? And have the poll sticker. This is an example from Zillow. Would you rather? And it's a video and it goes through 2 different scenarios and encourage people to post their answer in the comments, which was really fun. And definitely like highlight the team, but have some fun with it. We loved this video from Designer Bath. It was their team sitting in bathtubs, dancing with their masks on. It's just amazing, great content that people really want to see. We also, you know, of course, we're now on Zoom. It's super normal. Of course, people are updating their backgrounds to have some fun with it. We did this series for Designer Bath where we did guess these, that's okay, guess these bathrooms, and they were all celebrity bathrooms, and people went to the Instagram story and had to take a quiz and guess which celebrity owned the bathroom. So that was a fun way. We wanted to see if any of you have an idea of how you can incorporate Zoom backgrounds for a post for your company. Now, another idea we did is we did all project photos and shared those on social media and encouraged people to download them and upload them and then send like a picture of their Zoom meeting with their background from the client, which was really fun.
Yeah, it was great. All right, so that's our whole presentation. So thank you guys for tuning in. So we are offering at Metter Media during this time free social media consultations. So if you have any specific further questions about how to post on social media at this time, or how to post about your reopening strategy, anything, just email us at info@mettermedia.com to set that up. You can also email us directly if you want. Mine's just Lauren at Metter Media. Jackie's is Jacqueline, and Kate is Kate. Very easy. So thank you guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Great. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate all of the great information and having you here with us today. So I'm glad you've put your contact information up there for everybody, and I'm sure they'll get in touch with you with a lot more questions and a lot of great interaction today. So thank you so much, and we'll look forward to seeing everybody at the next one.
Great. Thanks, Michelle.
Take care.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Thanks, NARI, for having us. All right.